Hey guys, how's it going? Ghostly Rich here today, and today I'm unpackaging and going to install the new Sissy bar for the Harley Davidson fat bob I have. Don't worry, this cap comes off. It's actually a spiked Sissy bar with a cushion. I'll have to burn this thread off. Again, I got this from eBay. I was looking at a few different options, and this was literally the best one I could find that actually looked like, well, it wasn't like this. I didn't want to have it where it had that old school seat on it. That's not what my bike is modeled after, and I didn't really want it to look like that. So what I did is I went with the spike version. Now, the only thing I wish with this particular one, which they have for the road glides and everything else like that, is this part on a road glide will actually be welded on. Whereas with this one, well, they decided not to weld it on, which kind of sucks. The reason why is these screws are known to back off and so on and so forth. So I'm gonna be putting it together, and when I do, it comes with spring washers, but I will also be using red Loctite. I never want it to come apart, so that's why I'm doing that. If it does come apart, well, I'll be welding it. So, I mean, for me, it doesn't matter, because I'm not looking to be able to disassemble this thing ever again. So that's why red's being used. Other than that, you will need, if you get this same Sissy bar, an HW4, which is a 4mm Allen key. You just do this, and from there, I'm gonna double check my orientation so I don't show you the wrong way, so you can't laugh at me. So it looks like of course, this stuff goes to the inside. So if that's the case, that means this side will go like this, which makes sense. So when we do this, before you put your red Loctite on, you grab one of these, which is the nice beauty caps. You slide the screw to the inside of the beauty cap, just like that. And then if you're like me with your red Loctite, you could use blue. I'm using red because this will be the new torque spec. You just go ahead, take that, put this one to the inside, put it through here, and just hand thread it in. I would, no matter what, use at least blue Loctite. You don't want these to cross thread. You want them to screw in nicely. So that's why you don't see me ratcheting on it right away. Next thing is to grab another one. I'm going to rest this on a piece of plastic. Grab another one of these bolts, which I've already pre-put on the spring washer once again, just to make sure it's on there. Put it on the beauty cap, a little bit of red Loctite. I guess I'm supposed to say something, don't get this stuff on your skin, because it's known to the state of California to do what everything else does, which is cause cancer. I think it's even on Cheerios these days, but anyways. Again, just go in very carefully. You don't want to strip them. And then you'll notice there is a lot of movement in this. Wow, there is a lot of movement in this one. And then you would come over here, get the next one prepared. And again, we'll bring over a piece of foam from right here. Another beauty cap. Perfect. I couldn't tell you why they have so much movement on these. Go backwards and then in. There we go. Like I said, whatever you do, do it by hand first. You just don't want to strip them in. by accident. All right, other one in. Again, just double checking to make sure you've got that spring washer and beauty cap on. Go along, put it onto here. Just like that, we are in. And then just go ahead and cinch it up. When you're done, it looks somewhat like this. Assembly is quite easy. And now what you have is a quick disconnecting sissy bar. So that way, if you've only got someone on the back of your bike sometimes, now you don't have to put it on all the time, which is always nice. Now when you're tightening these down, I will say this. What I'm gonna do is put this on both sides to the farthest back it goes, meaning do this. And I'll tell you the reason why. If you go all the way up, as your passenger is pushed into the back of the seat, guess what it's gonna do? It's going to start to move from them just leaning on it. So if you put it at its farthest portion back, now when they're leaning on it, it won't do anything. Now, at the same time, if they're grabbing onto it, it could start to wiggle loose, which is hence why I'm saying you might end up wanting to go ahead and do that. All right, yeah, that feels silky smooth. Let's go ahead and tighten this up. Whatever you do, only that much. The reason why you do not want to strip these screws, and it's so easy because this thing feels like it's made of aluminum. There. Do that to both sides. Again, pressing this all the way back. So that way, if we know it's all the way back, we know that if somebody leans on it, it's not going to try and move. And when and if it starts to, then you can deal with that then. What some people will do, just so I can show you, right on the back here where these two meet, they'll tack. They'll tack right here, put a tack right here, a tack right there, 4 tacks. You don't even have to weld all the way around it, but tack it. So that way it just doesn't move around and shift around on you. Again. There we go. See how I'm only using the center? I just don't trust myself to use anything more than just the center. There we go. I've had too much stuff like this before where if you go any more than that, it'll do it. If yours has a fray like this, I'll show you. I'm just gonna grab my lighter and we'll just go ahead and quickly burn that thread off. And also cut this off so you can see what this thing's actually gonna look like. First thing, let's burn this thread. A little bit short. Then you can just wipe it away. Perfect. So any straight threads, that's what you go ahead and do. Just burn them like that. Do not pull on them. If you pull on them, well, if you ever had socks or anything, you've pulled on it, then you'd know. So, next thing to do, we'll get rid of this zap strap right here. There we go. Rubber cap off. Let's show you what it looks like. I think that looks sick. Much better than the others. Like I said, the only thing I wish they did was weld it. pre-weld it. Since they haven't, like I said, I've got enough friends and it'll take us 2 seconds. We'll simply tack weld it in at least 2 points. If you even got your friend after you've tested it on the bike to zip a weld around here and around here, you'll never see it because it's on the inside and it'll never move. And that's what I'm going to recommend if you can. And that's just me saying that because I've seen friends with this exact bar with the welded version and it's way more rigid. Anyways, the other thing that this is supposed to come with, which it said it came with on the website, but it does not, is the quick docking hardware. So once I get the quick docking hardware, I'll show you this mounted on the bike. So as you can see, I brought the bike over. I picked up the docking hardware. Now, if you want the Harley part number, this is the Harley part number that you need for the quick dock. If you buy it from Harley, not on sale, it's gonna cost you like 80 bucks Canadian. Don't ask me American. Where if you go on Amazon to get the all black kit, I think there's a couple companies that were 50 bucks. And if you don't care if it's chrome, like the bolts, then go ahead and just buy the chrome kit. And I think there was a couple for 30 bucks. For me, I had some rider rewards, so I ended up getting this for about 50 bucks. So for me, it just made more sense just to get the Harley part number. And again, it's 523-00646. So give me 1 sec. I'm going to set up the camera and I'll show you putting it in on here. Let's show you what's in the box. It comes with a couple reflectors. So if you have an attachment, you can add reflectors to it just in case it doesn't have it for the marker lights. Or maybe you have to shrink this for whatever you're docking. Instructions. It comes with bigger inserts, which are for the front. And then it comes with another bigger insert, which again, this is all black hardware. Leave it in the package until afterwards so you don't ding it up. Another big one. And another big one. So I'm going to measure these all up and make sure that they're all the same size. I seen online that they were like, I guess, a big one and a small one. So I just want to make sure. And then it comes with some Allen key bolts. The current ones are Torx. These ones are Allen key. So let's go ahead and pull out the Torx first. They're T45s. Make sure it's on off. Be careful with your handle. You don't want to scratch up anything. There we go. Now, loosen them, but don't, what do you call it? Don't take them all the way because there is a big metal bracket here. So I like to crack them loose, but leave one in at a time. So that way it just doesn't drop the metal bracket and it'll leave it. Oh, look, blue Loctite, go figure. So we have one that is more narrow and one that is thicker. Let's see if I can pop this out and show you. So there, you'll see one is thicker than the other. So what we want to do is have the thicker one up front because that's what the hook goes into. It hooks here and latches here. So from what I can see, the bigger one is going to go in the front. So again, go ahead, grab your blue Loctite. Grabbing it here. We're just gonna put the bolt in here. And again, look how good the Harley one is. No silver. It's gonna actually black it out, which is kind of nice if you're going for that blacked out look. I guess the other thing I should have done first is checked and seen what size Allen bolt I need. There we go. It's an 8mm. So again, we'll put the big one up front, hand thread it in. And when you're looking at it, you'll notice it's kind of spaced out. You might be like, well, why? Why is it spaced out? Because it has to dodge your reflector for what's ever hooking into it. It doesn't want to be scratching against the reflector. And we'll turn this back to on. I like to go there and there, done. Shouldn't need much. Again, if you want to, you can go a little bit out on the handle, but yeah, and then we'll just put it to off and wiggle, just like that. And now we take out the rear one. There it is. I've already got this loose. Let's see if I can get it. I do have blue Loctite on it, so again, just have some awareness. Yeah, it's going off, perfect. Have some awareness of where your handle is so you don't bonk anything, because I'm sure somebody would really hate for that to happen. Perfect. And we'll go ahead and we'll take the one that's not as thick once again, put it through here, and there we go. HW8 goes in here. And I'll make sure that I give you guys like a back shot in a second of the what it's gonna look like. Make sure I'm on. And then again, done. You don't want to go too ham and then crack it. And again, remember, the Loctite's there for vibration, so it shouldn't vibrate loose. And look how clean that is. I'll give you guys another example when I'm done, so you can see kind of, well, you can see before and after now. Before we had 2 silver bolts here, and it really cleans it up and gives us 2 black bolts. I really like it. Now I almost need to get 2 more black bolts for here. But then it goes to here, and then it continues on. So where do you start it? Where do you end it? Looks great. So after you do this side, just go to the opposite side and do the exact same thing. I already have, I just wanted to show you this side so you know what to do there. Now that we've gone ahead and done that, you might have to, you'll notice when we go to put this down that you might have to spread these out. And again, you'll just take your mite and bend the brackets just like this. Don't hit it with a tool or anything. You could with if you really can't stretch it, which I can't see you not being able to, you might have to, like I said, flex this out a little bit, and you're just flexing these metal brackets. Pick this up. Let's show you this. I already have mine docked, but see that? If yours is sitting like this from shipping, go ahead, pop this out, put it up here. You can see how that's also like that. That's never gonna be where you're at. This is the locked position. So we put it right here. We come over here, do the same thing here. Again, it'll be like that. Pull it out. Again, pull it out. You might have to tighten these, by the way. Who knows how tight they are from factory. From there, let's see if we're lined up. Again, you need to make sure the Teflon tooth fits on the aluminum piece, and the Teflon piece actually goes on the aluminum tooth at the back. Pretty easy. So I like to just put in, spread it a little bit with your hand, and just slide them on. Now this is the part where you want to be careful. Now that I've completely sunk that in, I can feel that the Teflon is completely seated. I bring this down slowly and make sure you're going to clear all the way around. You might have to squeeze the teeth out, but again, just make sure you're going to clear the tooth here. And again, if all else fails, you can do that to get a little bit more. Same with this side. Just move it back a little bit more and come down. As you're coming down, separate with hand, and come on down. Just like that. And then it should lock in like that. Again, if it doesn't auto lock, all you do is you pick it up like that and make sure it's locked in. And locked in. Let's make sure, yep, that's now locked in. And you should be able to literally pick up your bike and move this now. There should be no movement. Let's go ahead and, well, you can see the Sissy bar now. That is how it looks. And again, it's not 100% easy to quickly remove, but it's definitely going to be sturdy, and that's what you want. So again, pull back, have it sitting up so it's like this. Once we know it's like this, docking area can be a little fun. Once you've set these fronts to a good point, you go in like this. All right, we're in. Again, just give it a squeeze. When we're coming down, watch my thumbs. I put my thumb, see this thumb, on the front of the clip and this one on the back. We come down, careful not to clip yourself, but you want to kind of spread it out. And let's see if we can do this. You want, oh, sorry, that one came up a little bit. There. Just make sure we come in, spread. You need to make sure it's spread and you bring it down. Once you do, lock it in, lock it in. You have to kind of spread this one with your thumbs. Unfortunately, it's just because these brackets are kind of flimsy, but at the same time, it holds this bike super strong. Like I can move this thing around. Whatever you do on these back clips, make sure you lock it back in and sink it in. If it's not locked, it will have a space. You have to press it in. Once you do that, you're good. If you don't space it or press these in with your thumbs, what'll end up happening is you'll really wear up the Teflon. You're still gonna wear it up a little bit, but that's why they're made of Teflon. I'm pretty sure you could probably buy this as a separate part. That's why this part's aluminum, and this is the Teflon sealer here. So this part is all right, and this bushing you must be able to replace, because over time, with something metal like that, especially on a Harley, it's gonna wear it out every now and then. But either way, I hope this showed you what it's like to put on the Sissy bar. Again, I went with this one because I just love the look of it. Thanks again for watching. Press a like if it helped you out, and of course, subscribe for more. You never know what I'm gonna do next.